Could we go to cut 664? Obama
Yes.
asked why the administration didn't defend the embassy better.
Oh, this is a great answer. Listen.
You would call this an answer?
Oh, well, no.
Okay.
No.
All right. Why didn't the administration defend the embassy better?
And why wasn't your administration better prepared with more security at our embassies on September 11?
Well, first of all, obviously, we mourn the loss of the Americans who were killed in Benghazi.
Of course we do.
But I think it's important to understand that
Yes.
that's not representative of the attitudes of the Libyan people towards America, because
Wait,
they
but
understand
you weren't
because
asked
of the
that.
incredible
That's-
work that our diplomats did, as well as our
Right,
men
but
and women
that-
in uniform.
that's not the question.
We liberated that country from
Yeah, but-
a dictator who had terrorized them for 40
we
years.
know all this. Why didn't
And
you
Chris
defend
Stevens, the ambassador there, was one of the leaders of that process. So when
Yeah,
he
his
was
job.
killed,
Hold on just
there
a
were
second.
vigils
Hold on just a
everywhere.
second. That ambassador, I'm convinced, is CIA stooge, and that ambassador is the guy who went and brokered the arms deal with the Libyan terrorists. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it.
I mean, he was the guy leading our outreach to the rebels.
Really?
I mean, that's
Yes.
stated on
I'm
record.
telling you that he is the guy who actually brokered the deal that gave American arms to the people who are now, all of a sudden we figured out they were Al-Qaeda. I'm telling you, that's who that guy is. And Barack Obama, everybody is making, and he might have been a wonderful guy, but wildly misguided or put in and doing Obama's business and bidding, which was wildly misguided. But let's just make sure we understand that the president of the United States sent this guy into harm's way. He, at least we now know, had two CIA agents with him who were looking to return these missing weapons. He was completely unguarded. They say he was separated from his security detail. How exactly are you separated from your security detail? I'm trying to figure that one out. How was he separated from his security detail? Answer, he wasn't with his security detail. You don't get separated from them. They die as your shield. Separated? Really? I don't think so, Mr. President. But anyway, let's listen to his answer.
Yeah, more on why the embassy wasn't better protected.
Yeah.
He further explains.
Libya, but also in front of the White House, expressing the deep sorrow that the Libyan people
Deep
felt
sorrow.
towards them.
Deep sorrow. Yeah.
What we've seen over the last week and a half is something that actually we've seen in the past. Where
1979?
there is an offensive video or cartoon directed at the Prophet Muhammad, and this is obviously something that then is used as an excuse by some to carry out inexcusable violent acts.
Can we at least point out the fact that multiple I believe 3 separate news organizations have pointed out that there was no protest about the video before this happened? None. There was no protest whatsoever before.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that maybe when your CIA agent is in the consulate and he says he goes onto a gaming website, which is exactly what I would do. I would just post a quick comment up on a gaming website if I were surrounded by rebels and they were watching the exits and I was separated from my security detail. I wouldn't go and write an email or tell anybody. I would just go right to a gaming website and post on the bulletin board, hey, I'm in real danger here. We may not make it out alive. That's what I would do. So wait a minute. You're saying somehow or another, Stu, that because the timeline shows that they were watching the exits and there were no protests when they were coming under attack, you're saying there's something to that?
You know, it's crazy, and I know I shouldn't bring it up, but it's possible that maybe the President of the United States should at least get his story straight. I'm not expecting him to tell us the truth, obviously, but he should at least know which lie he's telling us on which day. That's all I'm asking. Can you at least be consistent in your lies?